2, 1.
Good evening, I'm Mary Sugden.
And I'm Griffin Rebecca. Welcome to the Rambler Sports Locker. Tonight's show will be our first of the 2011-2012 season. Since the start of the new academic year, the Rambler teams have been busy. Loyola men's basketball announced this year's schedule. City rival DePaul makes its first ever visit to the Gentile Center on December 7th. Early season highlights include trips to Illinois and Kansas State.
The women's volleyball team has begun their season with a record of 3-6 overall. Loyola is undefeated on their home court after they beat Montana State in 5 sets. The Ramblers will now travel to Wisconsin to take on Milwaukee this Saturday.
The Loyola men's basketball team added a new assistant coach this week. Former New Trier High School head coach Rick Malnati has been added as a special assistant to the head coach Porter Moser. He was named Illinois Basketball Coach of the Year in 2000, 2002, and 2005.
The men's volleyball team named their new assistant coach this week. Evanston native Mark Hulse joins the staff after a successful collegiate career at Pepperdine University. A starting middle blocker for the university, Hulse helped lead his team to the NCAA championship game.
The women's golf team has had a successful start to their season after placing second out of 10 teams in the Green Bay Fall Classic. Senior Ann Verdoliak took home medalist honors for the Ramblers. Loyola will travel to Valparaiso, Indiana on Monday to compete in the Chi Pro Invitational. The men's golf team recently traveled to Nebraska to take part in the Fairway Club Invitational, where they placed 11th out of 12. Their next contest will take place on Monday in Ohio as they compete in the John Piper Intercollegiate Invitational.
The men's soccer team has been busy lately. The Ramblers tallied their first win Sunday after defeating Portland in the Nike Invitational in Portland, Oregon. Wednesday night, the Ramblers battled crosstown rival DePaul. The match ended 1-1 after overtime period. They hold a record of 1-3-1 overall. Loyola will travel to Peoria for the Bradley Invitational Games on September 16th and 18th.
Big changes have surrounded Loyola athletics over the past year as our programs continue to seek national recognition. One of the most prominent changes is the renovation of Gentile Center in anticipation for larger crowds. Steve Manney recently went behind the scenes at the worksite.
This familiar site currently boasts an unfamiliar face, as the Joseph J. Gentile Center is currently undergoing renovations that will turn this classic gym into a state-of-the-art facility.
Well, we started construction in May of this year, and obviously we're going to be complete the Saturday after Thanksgiving for the first game here. We're taking this from a more high school style retractable seating basketball facility to a true arena.
The renovations, normally an 8 to 9 month project, began on May 15th. Since then, crews have been working round the clock to get the project done in about 6 months. The stadium will feature new away locker rooms, an outdoor concourse that people can roam, and a new speaker and scoreboard system that will relay improved audio and video throughout the arena. The centerpiece of this new complex will be the 4-sided scoreboard that's comparable to those in NBA stadiums. It will also feature a cemented-in upper bowl bleacher-level seating and lower-level seat-back chairs, allowing for a total of 5,200 seats. The center of the court won't look exactly like this, however, as it will feature this Loyola L logo.
McNitt affirms that this Stage 2 of Loyola's Reimagined program will 100% be ready to go for its November 26th debut. That will serve as a dress rehearsal, as many students won't be here for that grand opening after Thanksgiving, but rest assured, this will be one of the nicer stadiums in the Horizon League after its completion.
For the Rambler Sports Locker, Steve Manney reporting.
Thanks, Steve. Both the men's and women's cross-country team grabbed the first place spot in their meet against UIC. The women's team scored 35, while the men's team totaled 33. The women were led by first place finisher Gina Valgoy, who covered the 2-mile course in 11 minutes and 16 seconds. 3 other Ramblers ran to top 10 finishes, including sophomores Olivia Clark, Megan Janizik, and senior Liz Butler. The men were paced by seniors Danny Doherty and Ben Reifenberg, who placed 3rd and 4th respectively. Our Kelsey Ping talked with Reifenberg this week.
Hi, welcome back to Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Kelsey Ping, and I am joined here with Ben Reifenberg. He is on the cross-country team. Hi, Ben. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Kelsey. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
It's an honor.
So, cross-country, you're in your 5th year, right?
Yeah, I'm a 5th-year senior. I am in the graduate school of business right now, studying finance. I graduated in May of this year with accounting and sport management double major. And yeah, I have a 1 whole year of eligibility left, so I'm using it up.
So your eligibility came from the fact that you were injured last year, right?
Yeah. Well, my junior year of track, I injured my Achilles tendon, and so I had to have surgery, which was pretty extensive surgery. It took a really long time to recover from it. So I really only got to run part of the track season last year, and now I'm 100%, and I'm ready to race again.
Glad to hear you're 100%. Yeah. That's awesome. Well, you certainly showed it in the first meet of the season. It was a UIC home opener on September 3rd of this month, and you placed 4th, which is very impressive.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Congratulations. And the team overall did really well. How is this team molding together in comparison with the other teams you've raced at Loyola with?
This team is, I'd say it has a very similar team chemistry as the teams that I've been on the last 4 years, but one thing that kind of sets us apart is that we're really old. We have a lot of seniors and a lot of experience and a lot of talent. We're going to be a lot better than any cross-country team I've been on since I've been at Loyola. We're going to be the best team we've been in 5 years, for sure.
Or you think you're ready to prove that tomorrow? You guys have a meet at the Illinois Intercollegiate Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Illinois Intercollegiates is all of the schools in Illinois kind of face off on the same course. So you got all the D3, all the D2, and all the D1 schools, as well as NAIA and junior colleges. So there's somewhere around 30 schools that are represented at this race. And I think that if everything goes as planned, we'll be finishing near the top.
I hope you guys do for your own team. That's got to be a unique experience against all 30 teams.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So, all right, well, I have to ask, is there a story behind your epic mustache? I know everyone's curious about it. They see you on campus and they're like, that's the guy with the mustache. Is there a story?
Well, it kind of started back my junior year of cross country. I grew a mustache because I told everybody on my team I would. And I had it for the entire season up until regionals. And I had a really good season my junior year, but I had a terrible race at regionals after shaving the mustache off. So I figured if I'm getting one more shot at cross country, I'm a huge Steve Prefontaine fan. I don't know if any of you know who that is, but he had the mustache and he was a runner in the 70s. He had longer hair. I actually had really long hair yesterday, but I got about 6 inches chopped off because I went to the accounting career fair. So I wanted to look a little bit more professional.
Look professional.
So instead of looking like somebody from the 70s yesterday, I kind of looked like a stiff with the mustache. But this year my plan is to keep it all the way through the season and to see what happens. I believe the Phoenix quoted me a couple years back when they asked me about the mustache. I said something along the lines of, because they asked me if it slowed me down, because, you know, the wind resistance. And I said something like, the confidence I get from having a mustache, which is a lot of confidence that comes from having a mustache, completely outweighs any aerodynamic inefficiencies. So I'm sticking to that.
Well, there you go. You got it straight from Rambler Sports Locker Room here. We've got the man with the mustache. That's where the power lies. So for Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Kelsey Ping.